From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Dave Boucher with the Detroit Free Press. Without passing sweeping and hotly contested federal spending plans, President Joe Biden believes the U.S. is poised to fall further behind in the global race to become economically competitive, culturally competent, and climate conscious. The president pitched his multi-trillion-dollar plans to address infrastructure, safety net programs, and the climate after touring the International Union of Operating Engineers Local 324 training facility in Howell on Tuesday. The president said, quote, "This is a blue-collar blueprint for how we restore America's pride." He continued saying, quote, "Other countries are speeding up and we're falling behind. We have to speed up the pace." More than 500 protesters chanted, jeered, and waved flags along the road near the venue. U.S. Representative Alyssa Slotkin, a Democrat who represents Howell, rode in with Biden from the Lansing airport and said they were alarmed by some of the signs.
Frankly, I was embarrassed by some of the profane language, and he noted it.
Biden said the U.S. needs to massively invest in itself, as it did after World War II. The country put aside partisan differences and worked to help the U.S. return to normalcy. But Biden acknowledged obvious problems persisted, specifically addressing the history of the Ku Klux Klan in and around Howell. He said, quote, "Let's learn from that history, not because it was perfect, because Americans then did what we need to do now, invest in ourselves to show the world that American democracy works." Biden's infrastructure plan would spend roughly $1.2 trillion on roads, bridges, water infrastructure, broadband internet access, and more. His social policy plan would likely spend more in an effort to expand access to affordable childcare and higher education, increase child tax credits, and combat climate change. Both would be paid for with taxes on the uber wealthy. Biden said no one making under $400,000 a year would see a tax hike, a figure that his opponents dispute. Republicans largely oppose the broader spending plan, but many support the infrastructure bill. However, Biden needs progressive and moderate Democrats to come together on his spending plans. House members like Detroit's Rashida Tlaib and Andy Levin have vowed to oppose the infrastructure bill unless Biden's broader spending plan includes many of his promised priorities. That would likely come with a price tag that moderate Democrats in the U.S. Senate would oppose. On Tuesday, Biden promised deals would be finalized soon.
I'm Paul Egan reporting for the Detroit Free Press. Michigan's GOP legislature continues to approve bills that would change the state's voting laws. That's despite promised vetoes from Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer. On Tuesday, a House committee approved a bill that would make illegal the state's online application system for requesting an absentee ballot. The bill requires voters to physically sign their applications. It bans the use of digital signatures. Currently, Michigan voters can use a digital signature to apply online for an absentee ballot as long as they provide their full name, driver's license or state ID number, birth date, the color of their eyes, and the last 4 digits of their social security number. Whitmer vetoed 4 earlier election bills on Sunday. Some of those had bipartisan support.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. West Point, the nation's first service academy, is bringing some of its cadets and top brass to Detroit later this month to teach middle and high school students about science, ethics, and leadership. Doug McDowell, the workshop's chair, calls it training from our nation's premier leadership college. McDowell, who is a West Point graduate and engineer, said the aim of the workshop is to encourage students to consider ROTC and applying to West Point. But he said, students who aren't interested in military careers also are welcome. The October 22nd workshop, Leadership, Ethics, and Diversity in STEM, at Marygrove College in Detroit, is put on by the Academy's Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and Equal Opportunity, as well as the West Point Society of Michigan for students in 6th through 12th grades. Students will need permission to miss school, but there's no cost to attend. Middle school students will learn about various science topics such as building circuits, robots, and bridges, while the high school students will focus on the fundamentals of leadership and ethical decision-making and get a glimpse of life at the academy and in the military. Last year, Cadet Lawrence Shepard, a Renaissance high school student, ran the workshop virtually. During the 2019 workshop, Shepard said the event inspired him. Before that, he said he had no intention of going to college at all. Shepard is now a graduate and officer in the Army and is expected to be at the workshop. Details on how to sign up are available at freep.com.
I'm Sue Salaski, Detroit Free Press food writer. The iconic Miller's Bar in Dearborn is up for sale. Its owners, brothers Dennis and Mark Miller, are heading into retirement, according to the real estate listing. Miller's is known for its famous no-frills signature ground round burgers, served on a piece of waxed paper. In business since 1941, Miller's Burgers have received plenty of accolades both locally and nationally. The building, the restaurant, its contents, and liquor license is included in the sale. Dennis Miller told the Free Press in 2008 that the business was started by his uncle and that his dad, Russell Miller, quote, made it what it is. Consistency is the secret to the burgers. Each one is 7 ounces of fresh ground round and is made to order. Pre-COVID-19 pandemic, burgers were served with a tray of condiments, pickles, and onions. Now, pickles and onions, when requested, are served with the burger. According to the real estate listing, the owners are looking for the next owner to take over and continue the momentum of the bar. Also included in the sale are rental incomes from several apartments upstairs and a salon next door.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.